As they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Safety creep.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill. Switches. Fair.
Shoot. They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
General West. Wide. Get wide. Ready.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Ready, break. Greystone, travel. Go. Step.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he's got his target. That's more. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Just like that.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Get it.
Now Rashad Penny, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Squeak! Chopper!
He's cracked.
Penny, a first down carry. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Set. 60 outlaw.
55. All day, every day, any day.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Kill.
49, check 49. Leo.
Hey, turn it up.
They'll try the right side here with Penny. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
Look at me. Go. Big trip.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Seahawks 7, Lions nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Twist. Mike 56. Mike.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up. 10. Hey, 25. 22.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check 9, check 9.
Now they try the right side here. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
80 weapon.
Check.
53. Ready.
Check. Check the backer, check the backer.
Big Dad. 22.
Now a handoff looking right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Rudolph sneaks it. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
Set up. 50. Plant.
53. I got 1.
61. Matchbox light. Set up.
Switch.
Ready.
They'll run with Penny. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
90 Wolf.
Let's go.
Snap.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rudolph. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, check. Check back 40. Check back 40. Put up. Don't let him. Yep. Play it tight deep. Don't let him breathe deep. Let go. Let go.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Let's go now. 10 logo. Yeah. Hey. You're out. 24.
Now it's Penny running right, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rudolph trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Rudolph looking to throw, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Myers, the AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago. He was 6 out of 7 from 50-plus last year, and he converts another one here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
You ready?
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
Sponge. Hey, lock it.
Jack.
Hit it.
This is Penny. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 3. Watch quick. Watch the
Rock it.
under crunch.
Penny. And some room to work. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Middle. Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Switch. Hot.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
He's coming,
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
And middle.
Play action. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Olivier Vernon providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Lockett. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On the run, it's Penny, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get to the ball. 6-6. Pull it high. Come. Shoot.
On the draw, this is Penny. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set. 18, Gator. Ready?
Here's Rudolph. They set up the screen to Penny. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field. Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. You don't want to. No, but let me finish. Okay, my bad. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. From the 24, Stafford. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I got you.
Throwing again is Stafford. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on long line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike, 54. All day, punt. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, nickel, nickel, nickel.
50, 50, 21.
Mike, 54.
From the gun, here's Stafford. It's complete. Stills. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Hatch it, hatch it.
Alert!
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Protein spill.
Let's put that.
Light.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, Alpha.
54.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and a yard. Stafford, blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Light.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Seahawks have recovered.
But that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Got it.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
Hard. Hard.
Come on, D. Check safety, check safety. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
Gone. Gone.
Turn it up. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now.
Now it's Penny. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Let's get off the field, D.
Ready, go.
Mike, 53.
Say go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rudolph. Incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Rudolph. He wants it all for the end zone. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Double right. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Kill.
Like 7.
No. Off. 54 is Mike.
To throw again. Stafford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
Big 20.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of, if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I agree totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check 50. Check 50. Big 20.
Slam.
Here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Zero.
Here we go, G.
And to give this time to the tailback. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
40 got.
It's now 3rd and 2.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Mike 54. Check the outs. Kill. Switch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the red zone now, Stafford. Flushed out right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Chest, chest, chest.
Throwing again. Stafford. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll get this one to Galladay. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check 43. He's coming. He's alert. Hey, give me radar.
Say.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I'm going to hit you all day.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Mike's 54.
Hey, I'm coming after you.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Here's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
You draw closer.
36, 36. Alert 3, alert 3.
Fair.
Again, it's Penny. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Look, squeeze. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Leo.
Here's a give to Penny. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Homer. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Go.
A handoff to Penny. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Seahawks, first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here we go. Shoot. Hey, Delta. Shoot.
Going on the ground with Homer. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd down at the 40-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit.
Ready up.
Check. 59.
Man, that's trash. Hey, lock it. Watch the safety creep. Ready.
Again, it's Homer. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Here we go.
Rudolph looking to throw it. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm here all day.
White.
I'm here all day.
Check. Fresno.
Throwing is Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. 21. Check hot route. Hot. Mike's 70. Mike's 54.
From the 50, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Hey, 5-0!
Mike's 5'4", Mike 5'4", Mike's 5'4". I got you, punk.
Stafford on 1st down. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Austin Safarian Jenkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
Moving ahead.
1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Zero.
Give these traps. Let's go. Mike's 54.
Again, it's Stafford.
3 ball.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Come on, QB, come on. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Okay, ready up, Steve.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they'll run it again with Penny. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They won on two fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only do they stop him short of the first, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Stafford here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford. Big hold of the 30. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Monday.
It's now 3rd down.
32.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Five.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Lady.
Check 56. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
On first down, it's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. I'm coming.
Now Stafford. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. 27, so with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Ready? 60 or 59. Mike the 59. Hard.
Right back to him on first down. He's got the first down inside the 10. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Rudolph going to look to throw it. That's caught by Penny. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Now Rudolph. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's now 4th and goal.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. And his kick is indeed good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The Lions take over first.
Request the win. Let's
Their own
go.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
Check.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the